I like to use is that businesses have to work towards creating 4 kinds of value at the same time for them to be truly businesses contributing towards sustainability. The 4 values are environmental sustainability, 2, social justice, 3, economic sufficiency, and 4, spiritual well-being of all human beings.
First of all, sustainability is a philosophy that one needs to follow. It's not an end. It's a process. It's a never-ending process because the datum line keeps increasing as more and more resource constraints and resource crunch comes about. So unless we build in this kind of culture with our people, it's very difficult to make a change. But irrespective of what structural changes and what regulations that you bring in, if in your mind you're not convinced and you're not thinking about it, nothing will happen.
At Saatchi & we think about sustainability very holistically. So we think about it not just in terms of the environment, but also social issues, environmental and cultural issues. And really the interplay between the 4 of those, and really how do we take those and figure out what make the most sense for a brand, and then take that and think about how we're going to create emotional connections for people to one or all of those areas, so we can have a much bigger and deeper conversation rather than just catering to people who are maybe interested in green. How can we actually have a big conversation about something that connects to higher purpose and really about what the company stands for, what it's about, rather than something that's maybe small or tactical that's focused on, well, what are we doing to reduce energy, water, or waste. Those things are very important, but not necessarily things that a lot of consumers care about when they really think about a company. They want to know what's in it for me, what's the emotional connection, and really what's the bigger story here that I should be interested in.
Everybody agreed that there is an Indian consumer who is green and who wants products and services that are sustainable. However, what is green and sustainable varies from consumer to consumer. The second thing that everybody agreed on was that there is a trust deficit which is needed to be overcome in order to get the consumer to buy and pay for energy or sustainable products and services. Together with that, there is also many a times a financing gap. The consumer may want a more efficient air conditioner, the consumer may want a water harvesting system, the consumer may want, if it's a mom and pop store, they may want refrigeration machine that keeps things cold. But will they be able to get the financing that is needed? So that's the third issue. And I think the last major issue that was discussed was that of skills that are needed. And that particularly when the SME sector is the provider of the goods and services, the business channel through which these goods and services are provided, they need the support of larger industry to be able to get the required expertise that is needed in order to both manage the equipment and to be able to provide services that come out of that equipment.
I think there are several innovative solutions. Some of them have a very compelling payback. Some of them we need to work around building competence, building skill, building awareness. But it might take a few years to get scale, and I think scale is the most important issue right now for some of the high-end opportunities in sustainable solutions. And the only way to get scale is to engage with the bottom of the pyramid.
Very simply speaking, as the word sustainability says, anything which is able to sustain itself, which means that it is able to either get a support from some environment which is external to that effort, or it is able to generate some resources, whether financial or non-financial in nature, in order to activity to continue itself and be beneficial to the society as well as itself. So I would say that is sustainable.